Good morning, everybody. Get a load of this. Voters feeling the burn. Sanders last night taking Oregon and essentially splitting Kentucky, vowing to remain a thorn in Hillary Clinton's side. That keeps this election, at least for now, a three-person race. Just when you thought, right? I'm Bill Hemmer. This sucker's going to July, right? That's what it looks like.
It is, right? Good morning. Hello, everybody. I'm Martha McCallum. So you've got Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. They're both now within striking distance of wrapping up their nominations. She needs 92 more. He needs 77 more. But Sanders continues to rack up his wins. He is such a big part of this story right now because his supporters are so dug in for Bernie Sanders. They're not going anywhere. The Vermont senator says he will take this battle all the way to the convention.
In fact, even Donald Trump today tweeting out a vote of sympathy and support, saying, quote, Bernie Sanders is being treated very badly by the Democrats. The system is rigged against him. Many of his disenfranchised fans are for me, end quote.
There you have it. Senior national correspondent John Roberts live outside of Trump Tower this morning in New York City. Hi, John.
Martha, good morning to you. Of course, Bernie Sanders supporters very passionate as well. Look at what happened in Nevada during the delegate allocation when they were throwing chairs and cussing out the chairperson of the Nevada Democratic Party. Last night in Kentucky, at least, the AP says still too close to call, but Hillary Clinton didn't waste any time declaring victory last night, despite the fact that less than 1/2% of the votes separate her from Bernie Sanders. Sanders is going to take a look at the numbers today and decide whether or not to ask for a recount. If Hillary does prevail, though, in Kentucky, it would avoid an embarrassing double defeat, which would not have been good for her campaign, particularly with big states like California coming up at the very beginning of June. For his part, though, Bernie Sanders in California last night, absolutely on fire, showing no signs of slowing down.
We are going to continue to fight for every last vote until June 14th, and then we're going to take our fight into the convention. We just won Oregon, and we're going to win California. I am getting to like the West Coast.
Bernie's beginning to like the West Coast. Prevailing wisdom, of course, still is, Martha, that Hillary Clinton becomes the nominee because she's got such a lock on those superdelegates. But Sanders proved again last night that he is not going to go down without a big fight.
Boy,
Martha?
he sure did. That is such a fascinating part of this story at this stage of the game, John. Now, what about Donald Trump? There is talk that he will not make an effort to self-fund for the general election. What do you know about that?
He's absolutely given up on that idea. You know, he's self-funded for the most part. The primary campaign did take in some smaller donations, but last night announcing that he has signed a joint fundraising agreement with the Republican National Committee. That means that they'll both be raising money for each other, and a lot of it, as well, as much as $1 billion. The joint fundraising agreement creates two committees, one of which is called Trump Victory, where people can donate a maximum of, listen to this, $449,000. So that takes a lot of the sting out of not having a well-built-up fundraising operation, and should help him in collecting that whopping figure that he has to fight the general election. Donald Trump's going to be focused today on foreign policy. A little later on today, he's going to be going over to the offices of former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger over on Park Avenue to kind of kiss the ring, if you will. It's something that any presidential candidate, particularly on the Republican side, needs to do to burnish their foreign policy credentials. And Donald Trump talking yesterday with my colleague Steve Holland of Reuters about North Korea, saying that he would be willing to meet with Kim Jong Un to try to get rid of North Korea's nuclear program. Here's Trump talking to Reuters.
I would speak to him. I would have no problem speaking to him. At the same time, I would put a lot of pressure on China because economically we have tremendous power over China. People don't realize that. They are extracting vast billions of dollars out of our country. Billions.
But you say you talk to Kim.
I would speak to him. I have no problem with speaking to him.
You'll remember back in 2007 at a Democratic debate, then Senator Barack Obama famously said that he would talk without precondition to the leaders of North Korea, Cuba, and Iran. Donald Trump did not say that he would talk without preconditions. We're trying to get some more level of detail on that. We hope to find out later. Martha?
Yeah, we're going to talk to John Bolton about that later as well. Thank you, John.